It is also at the point of preparation that you are able to know exactly what you want to export and the information required on that product you want to export. So, for example, you want to export cashew nut, you want to export cocoa beans, you want to export slippers, you want to export clothing, whatever it is you want to export. All right, if you are trying to go into export business, what you are seeing on the screen is actually what you should be working with. You are coming into the space and you are trying to understand, okay, how exactly does this business work? And that's exactly what I'll be doing in this video. In this video, my focus basically is to be able to get individuals coming into the space of export to be able to understand how does the business work step by step from beginning to the end. You start with preparation. Preparation. What exactly does that mean, preparation? He who fails to plan is planning to fail. He who fails to plan is planning to fail. The whole idea of getting preparing or planning is to be able to ensure that the business does not fail. You see this process as I'm showing on the screen. If you can master it, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to make your export business successful. With effective preparation come capacity to promote. Because during preparation, you will have learned all that you need to learn to be able to make the business successful. You'll have learned about the product, you'll have learned about the pricing, you'll have learned about the paperwork, you'll have learned about the purchasers, you'll have learned about promotion, you'll have learned about so many things that will make the business successful. The question is, if you are still finding it difficult to promote, that's a clear evidence that you lack understanding as far as preparation is concerned. For example, if you say, okay, I don't know the product to export, that's a challenge of preparation, which I call export readiness. And by the way, export readiness is a multifaceted concept that involves the ability of a company to successfully enter the export market, sustainably compete in the market, and significantly grow its market share until it becomes established in the market. That means it successfully enter, sustainably compete, and significantly grow. Successfully enter, sustainably compete, and significantly grow. If I successfully enter the market and I'm able to grow sustainably and grab some market share, these are clear evidence of readiness. But if I'm not even able to get buyer, I'm not ready. If I'm not able to get contract, I'm not ready. So preparation. So if you look at this chart from number 4 to the end, it's automatic. The real work is 1, 2, and 3. Because by the time you promote, you're able to secure a contract and sign the contract or purchase order. Then all other things, go and procure or produce, get the product packaging and labeling, pre-export documentation, port clearance and inspection. And these are the things I'll be looking at in the coming days. But my focus today is on this issue of preparation. It is also at the point of preparation that you are able to know exactly what you want to export and the information required on that product you want to export. So, for example, you want to export cashew nut, you want to export cocoa beans, you want to export slippers, you want to export clothing, whatever it is you want to export. You should be able to know different information about that product you want to export. For example, what do they use the product for? The purpose? What are the parameters, the specification for the product for export? What are the packaging requirements of the product for export? What is the potential demand in the export market? What are the paperwork required to ship the good? What is the process and step-by-step process involved in shipping the goods? How do you go about promoting and promoting effectively in the export market? How do you go about pricing? How do you do your calculation of pricing and ensure you calculate your pricing in a way that you are profitable? And lastly, what are the likely pitfalls? What can go wrong? All these are what you should have mastered at the point of preparation, including promotion. How do I promote effectively? So by the time you are prepared, you know exactly what to do to promote. By the time you are prepared, you know exactly what to do to promote. If you don't know what to do to promote, it's a clear evidence of lack of preparation on your part. Clear evidence of lack of preparation on your part. And that means such an individual or company is not export ready. So preparation is so important. That's why I said number 1, 2, and 3 are the most important. All other part is step by step. So if you're able to do the first one very well, then you know what to do to promote. And I'll be talking about promotion later on. But if you don't do the first one very well, you will not know exactly what to do to promote. But if you do the first one very well, you will know exactly what you do to promote. But if you don't know, if you have not mastered what you need to master under preparation, then you will not be able to promote. That means it will be difficult to make the business a success. When you see someone going into export business and the person says, I've tried that business before and I lost money, just know one of the reasons he lost money is because he was not ready. He was not adequately prepared. He was not ready. He was not adequately prepared. And because he was not adequately prepared, was not ready, then it becomes a challenge to be able to promote. If you don't promote, you won't be able to get buyer. If you don't get buyer, there's no need for procurement and production. Packaging and labeling will not be required. And all other process to the end will no longer be required. I believe this step-by-step export process have been of immense benefits to you. And like I said, it is a 12-part series. And what I've just looked at today is just the issue of preparation. In the coming subsequent videos, I'll be talking about the promotion, I'll be talking about the purchase order, the procurement and production, the packaging and labeling, the pre-export documentation, the port clearance and inspection, the post-export documentation, the port-to-port shipment, the presentation of document, port clearance and inspection at destination, and lastly, payment. Thank you very much for listening to this session again today. See you in the next video, and bye for now.